Thanks for joining us. 100 years ago this month, a tragic incident here in Indianapolis. A man named George Tompkins was lynched. His body found hanging in the woods. At the time, his death was ruled a suicide. Our Rachel Krause explains why 1 century later, the community is coming together to honor Tompkins' memory by seeking justice for how he died.
Hallelujah. We are just here trying to bring justice to the extent that we can, but also to start a dialogue.
Inside Floral Park Cemetery, dozens of people crowd around the newest headstone in the ground, draping pink carnations on top of the stone, set in place to honor a man killed in Indianapolis, lynched 1 century ago.
In 1922, George Tompkins did not receive justice, neither in life nor in death.
George Tompkins was found hanging in the woods at Cold Spring and Lafayette Roads, March 16, 1922, his hands tied behind his back. He was only 19 years old. The county coroner said at the time the man could not have hanged himself. But when Tompkins' death certificate was finalized, the cause listed read suicide, not homicide.
We will bring justice to something that was unconscionable to me.
Now, 100 years later, Marion County Deputy Chief Coroner Alfie McGinty has with her a new death certificate, now listing Tompkins' death for what it was: murder.
We are proud to be a part of this history some 100 years later, and we will remember George Tompkins.
Karen Christensen with the Indiana Remembrance Coalition, the group helping give Tompkins justice all these years later, says by finally acknowledging what happened to Tompkins, they're hopeful they can help the community move forward on a larger path to justice together.
It might look a little differently, but things like this happen today. And if we don't understand what our history is about, we will repeat it, and we are repeating it. And therefore, we want to talk about this so that we can stop racial violence. Hallelujah.
Now, lynching is not considered a federal crime after more than 100 years of attempting to get legislation passed. Just this last week, the Senate approved an anti-lynching bill, which would make it a federal hate crime. President Joe Biden is expected to sign that bill into law.